How are you guys? Happy Monday, happy Monday. It's Motivational Monday. How are you? I know it's early. People don't like it when you too happy early in the morning and a Monday morning at that. Happy Monday, guys. I hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. And well, I had a good weekend. I really enjoyed church. I get my workout on in church, honey. I'm up and down. We dancing. We just loving on the Lord. And in case you don't know, this is the Brave Stars podcast, and I am your host, Janice LaStar Simmons. I am a survivor, a breaker of chains, and an advocate against domestic violence. So, I am here to speak to you guys about breaking the generational curse of high blood pressure and sugar diabetes that runs in my family. So I'm sharing my journey with you. And I'm not a doctor, but I am here to share my journey so you know some of the shortcuts that you can take to becoming your healthiest and best self. You want to eat properly. You definitely want to eat properly. And you want to love the foods that the Lord made, the one ingredient foods that were created. To, like fruits and vegetables, even meats, one ingredient foods. You can make yourself a meal out of these foods, but you don't need the processed foods. Those do not help people with high blood pressure or people with sugar diabetes. Okay? Let's start with our affirmation, our uplifting affirmation, the one that you say in front of the mirror, where you are talking to yourself and trying to get yourself to love yourself. Okay? I am healthy. I am whole. I am healed. I am blessed. I am loved. And I am complete. This affirmation is something that you say to yourself daily and throughout the day. So if you happen to stop, like not breakfast time, you're going to say this in the morning. As soon as you get up, you go to the bathroom, whatever, you look in your mirror, say this affirmation. I am healthy. I am whole. I am healed. I am blessed. I am loved. And I am complete. Then later on in the day, you go and stop in front of the mirror for whatever reason. Look at yourself again. I am healthy. I am whole. I am healed. I am blessed. I am loved. And I am complete. You want to say this throughout your day, every day, okay? Because you are healthy. You are whole. You are healed. You are blessed. You are loved. And you are complete. Believe it before you see it coming to pass. You understand? Anyway, this is the Brave Stars podcast, and it's Motivational Monday. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get a bit more serious with you guys at the podcast, so trying to tone it down a little bit because not everybody is happy to see Monday. Although any day you wake up and open your eyes, you should be happy. That means you got another chance to get it right. Anyway, my friend and we've been holding one another accountable and getting our steps in every day, okay? Well, every weekday, that is. And if we should miss a weekday, we make it up over the weekend. But I like my weekends off, so I don't try to make it up. But I want you guys to make sure you get 5 good days of workout in. So you're supposed to be doing 5,000 steps on a daily basis. My beginners, 5,000 steps on a daily basis. If you know for a fact you can't get in 5,000 steps, you start where you are, okay? And you do better today than you did yesterday. So if you get in, say, 1,000 steps and you don't normally walk 100, you did good. You want to keep improving, doing better today than you did yesterday. You challenge yourself. I don't want you to sit there and beat yourself up because you can't, there's no way you can do 5,000 steps. If that's the case for you, then that's fine. You're going to start where you are, okay? Nobody's going to sit there and say, oh, no, it doesn't count because you didn't do. No, you're doing more than you did yesterday. And that's where you want to begin. I don't want you to try and do way too much, try to do 5,000 and you know it's really beyond you, and then you're having heart palpitations or anything like that. If that should happen, you make sure you contact your doctor immediately, okay? But I don't want you to overexert yourself, because if you do that the first day that you start out, you're not going to start back. So I want you to start where you are, and then you improve and you get to where you can walk gradually and do 5,000 steps in a day. And then you're going to try and get past that, because you're going to go up to walking at least 60 minutes. You're first going to get to 15 minutes. 15 minutes might be about 1,000 steps, you know? So that's my beginners, my newbies, I should say. That'll be about 1,000 steps walking for 15 minutes. Walking a half an hour would be about, that's probably going to be closer to 3,000 steps, okay? If not a little more. And then walking for an hour will get you well over 5,000 steps. So this is your goals that you want to work through. You want to get, because if you're eating the proper foods that you're supposed to be eating, and you're walking like you're supposed to be walking, you're getting your body to burn off its own fats, the excess fats and sugars that it shouldn't hold on to, the extra water that it shouldn't hold on to. And it's going to start getting healthier. It'll burn away. It's not going to hold on to those excess sugars. Your insulin will start performing like it should, and then you shouldn't have to take insulin. I'm not saying stop taking your insulin. Your doctor would have to tell you, you know what, you don't need this anymore. Okay? I'm really speaking to the people who don't have sugar diabetes and you're looking to not get it. You know what I mean? Like me, I don't have sugar diabetes. I was told that I'm a borderline diabetic. So I do march and walk and squat and, you know, stay active. I stay active. A lot of sitting up and getting down, up and down, up and down. You know, it's something that you want to put your body through to strengthen your core, to continue to produce your own insulin, to break down the sugars that you took in for the day. And the good thing to do is practice not taking in unnatural sugars. While our body does not have a hard time breaking down natural sugars. When I say natural sugars, I'm talking about sugars from fruits and vegetables. Those sugars, our body does not have a hard time breaking down. When you start eating processed sugars, adding sugar to extra stuff like your tea, your coffee, your, I don't know if you eat cereal. Cereal is a processed food. That's not something that grows anywhere. Man made that, you know. So you have to think about the foods that you're ingesting and work on being your healthiest, best self, okay? Another thing is, you should be eating green vegetables. This helps build up your immune system. It helps lower your risk for having high blood pressure. It helps improve your sugar levels, your functioning sugar levels, and helps your body produce its own insulin, so you don't have to take man-made insulin. It does so much for you when you do this. It also helps prevent cardiac arrest by eating green vegetables. Green vegetables consist of broccoli, string beans, peas, green leafy vegetables, arugula, lettuce, spinach, cabbage, collard greens, kale greens, Brussels sprouts. Yeah. Also, asparagus, that's a green vegetable also. I had some of that for dinner last night. Delicious. And, these are things that you want to keep plentiful in your house so that you can eat your vegetable, your protein. And if you're going to have a carb, let it be a natural carb, like a sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are healthier than white potatoes. And the purple one, that's healthier than the sweet potato, So you want to keep these things plentiful if you can, so that they're always at your fingertips to provide, to prevent you from eating the improper foods, processed foods. So you always have a healthy meal at your fingertips. And if you prep your meals, then that's even better, because if you prep your meals for the week, maybe even 3 days out of the week, if you don't want to do 7 days, prep them. This way, all you have to do when you start knowing it, if it's time to eat, you make and heat the proper foods. When you don't have it at your fingertips, you might grab the wrong thing. I'm even making my own ice cream. I told you guys, for my birthday back in June, my daughter bought me an ice cream machine. So I'm making my own ice cream. That keeps me from going out to the supermarket to buy their ice cream, because their ice cream only has 1 or 2 flavors. Like the cookies and cream, I like cookies and cream, but I don't make cookies and cream ice cream because I don't eat that type of stuff. But what I do make is I make strawberry ice cream, and then I'll put some of my granola with the coconut and the chocolate in it. So all of this is in my ice cream, which is, oh my God, it's delicious. It's making me want to go in there and get a bowl right now. But I'm not going to do that. But that's what it makes me feel like. Another thing I want you guys to add, because it's really good for leveling out your sugar levels and your blood pressure, is start. I told you my guy Scrap. It's Skrapp. He's from TikTok. You can look him up. Scrap. He does this daily, and I've been doing it daily since I started back in September with him, where you have a lemon, you have 1 organic lemon with seeds, you have 8 ounces of water or coconut water. I use the coconut water because it has electrolytes in it. And then you use 2 capfuls of apple cider vinegar with mother. You drink this daily. What you should do is go for I would say at least 14 hours with no food in you. That includes the 8 hours while you're sleeping. You understand? And then before you break your fast, start with the lemon water and the apple cider vinegar. After breaking the fast, when it's time, after you did at least 14 hours, break your fast with a piece of fruit. If you got watermelon, that's great. It's hard to find now. You don't want seedless watermelon. You want watermelon with seeds. It's kind of hard to find now. But if you can find it, get you some watermelon and break your fast with that, or start with a bowl of strawberries or a bowl of blueberries. You want to keep fruit with you. The good fruits to have that are great for your immune system, great for lowering your blood pressure, and great for stabilizing your own sugar levels would be blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, and cherries. Any of the berries, all of those are good for stabilizing your sugar, lowering your blood pressure, or maintaining your blood pressure, and building up your immune system against the colds and COVID or whatever is out there, So all of those are good. There's also the flu. They said the flu is out there because they're still giving out that flu shot. And you do what you want to do. I don't mess with all of that extra stuff. But then I eat healthy on the daily basis. We not built the same, boo, but I'm trying to get you there. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you there so you built like that, where you don't get sick. And if you do get sick and you don't take medicine, because I'm not a medicine person, I don't like medicine. Stay healthy. Eat your medicine. Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. And as long as you eat healthy, you stay healthy. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's real talk right there. Because apples are good for your immune system as well. And carrots are great for your vision. There's so much that you've seen cartoons about it and you dismissed it. They said, remember Bugs Bunny always ate a carrot. carrots are supposed to be good for your vision. But in real life, I'm told that rabbits have bad vision. But who said they eat carrots? Only the cartoon said that. Carrots are for people. So eat your carrots, strengthen your vision there. It's Motivational Monday, people. Share the episode, save the episode, download the episode, get somebody to join you and watch in, share it with a friend, and hold them accountable and have them hold you accountable as well, okay? Everybody should be drinking half of their body weight in water. These are just reminders that I'm giving you every Monday, giving you reminders that you should be drinking half of your body weight in water. I had a good service today. Anyway, they were talking about people who point out other people's issues, but they see as an issue in a person. You might see something in somebody and feel like you want to point that out to them. You know what? You really shouldn't do this, this, and that. And the scripture says, before you point out the thorn in your brother's eye, you should worry about the plank in your own eye, right? And what they're saying is, before you notice what they're doing wrong, think about what you're doing wrong, which you've accepted. A lot of people are doing things and they've accepted it as their way, you know? And if you claim it as just, well, this is just how I am, then you won't change it. You can always change. If you wake up in the morning, you have the ability. God has given you the grace and the ability to change whatever you've seen in yourself that needs changing. Now, if you believe you're perfect, if you were perfect, you wouldn't be here, because he snatches up all of his angels. Trust and believe. So nobody's perfect except angels, okay, and God. But anyway, there's always something we can do about ourselves to improve. Not according to what someone else says about you, but from what you feel like you struggled with and you need to work on. You know what it is. Nobody needs to tell you. Nobody needs to point it out. You know what it is. But I just want you guys to think on that. And we spoke about that in church today. And as I thought about that, I thought about the many things in myself that I struggle with. And I am addressing some of them and working on them. But I need to pray more for help from God to get through some of those things. Because some of them, if I mentioned it, it may seem simple to you because it's not something you're struggling with. But to me, it sounds simpler than what it really is, because I find myself battling with it. So I need to pray on it more, because like Philippians 4 verse 13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And as long as I put my faith in Christ like that, he will strengthen me in that area, but I have to call on him to strengthen me in that area. Most times, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not praying before I make the decision on that thing. I'm just doing that thing, and then afterwards, I'm like, wow, so much time passed. I did it again, you know what I mean? So that's just something I battle with, I struggle with. And I'm becoming more aware of that struggle, and that's what I'm going to put into practice, the prayers about that, so that I'll be even more aware and I can stop myself. Even if I'm in the middle of doing it, I can stop myself and get back on track to what it is I need to be doing. But that's just me and what I'm struggling with. I wanted to say that to you, so in case there is anything that you're struggling with, you can look upon that. And if you're a believer, pray for God for some, help to work you through that, to give you the strength to prevent from doing or to do something you should be doing. We all have gifts. Everybody was born with a gift from God. Whatever you can do easily that people find difficulty doing, that is your gift. Whether you monetize it or not, that's up to you. But most times you can probably benefit from that gift just by doing it sparingly for other people. Someone you never know who's watching you, who has the power to bless you. Someone is watching you. Someone will help you in that area and probably bless you for whatever that gift is. Just put it into practice, because you have to practice it to make it perfect. You might have, some people have writing skills. Some people can draw. Some people can paint. Some people can sing. Some people can sew. Some people can just, they're into babysitting. That's their thing. Some people are great communicators. Whatever it is that you can do excellently, explaining or troubleshooting, whatever you do that you can do excellently and other people struggle with, that is your gift. I probably didn't even touch your gift, but you know what it is that you can do that you have no problem doing. And other people sit there braiding. Some people can braid their behinds off and they like doing it. My niece, she's good at it. She's got her whole little system worked out, and she should be blessed in that area. She should have clients, unlimited clients, you know what I mean? But she's not advertising like she could on her thing and take pictures of people's hair that she did, different angles to start, what their head looks like before she started, what she's going to do to it, talk to them a little bit in the thing. Client wanted braids or whatever, and then she do her do and shows the end job. She can get customers like that. She can get them during the hours she's available. Because when you do stuff like that, you tell them when you're available. And you set up appointments like that. And you work out rates and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. Your gifts, if you intend to monetize your gift, do it well, and do it for your benefit. You don't have to monetize your gift. You can just do things for God. And He'll bless you either way. But if you read the Bible and know anything about the Bible, everybody in the Bible who followed God's word had money. They were paid, Nobody in the Bible was broke because they were following their gifts and God blessed them through what it was they did. So I'm just going to leave that right there. What I'm saying to you guys is that I love you, I miss you, and I care. And I just want you guys to share the episode, the Brave Stars podcast. Share the episode, save the episode, download the episode. I'd like to see more downloads. It'd be nice to see more downloads on whatever platform you listen in on. You can listen in on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and you can watch on YouTube. So come on, people, share the episode, help your girl out. And I just love talking to y'all. But it's Motivational Monday, and I hope everybody has a fantastic week. I do want to leave you guys with the domestic violence hotline number. It's 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. 1-800-799-7233. So if you know anybody who should need that number, pass it on to them. Not only women need that number. Some men are silently going through domestic violence issues in their homes, and they don't want to share that or speak about it because they feel like it doesn't look good. You know how men and their egos are. It doesn't look good, him trying to say his wife is abusive or his mate is abusive. Still, slip them that number if they should need it, because abuse isn't just physical. Domestic abuse can be spiritual abuse. It could be emotional abuse. It could be financial abuse. And it can be verbal abuse. So you have to think about that. If only they know if their partner makes them feel this small, or if their partner is opening credit in their name, or even burning their credit cards and spending up their money, promising to pay and not paying back, and now they're late on the mortgage, or, whatever they're going through. You know what you're going through. If you need to call that number, call the number 1-800-799-7233. Okay? I don't want to put too much time in that, but it is an issue in this world. And make sure you're doing your squats, people, because you want to strengthen your core. If you have to start at just 15 squats, start at 15 squats. Do that for an entire week. You should have been doing that last week. You should be adding an extra 5 squats today so that you can do 20 squats. And you do those 20 squats for the next week or so. Okay? If the 15 was really hard for you, continue to do the 15 this week as well. All right? But my beginners, the newbies are starting with the 15. My beginners, you should be doing at least 25 squats. And my intermediate people, you should be at least 35 to 40 squats. I know it seems like we started over. My experts, that's what I call you guys. But you guys should be doing at least 50 squats. But you should also be adding other exercises in there. Some exercises. I saw one where the girl had a kettlebell, right? And she had a floor mat. So what she was doing was holding the kettlebell over her head like this. And she was on her knees. And then she would step up, like 1 foot up, and then get up, step up, squat back down, get back down on her knees, step back up, get off her knees, step up. And she kept the kettlebell up the whole time. She did it like 3 or 4 times. And then they cut the little YouTube thing. But I'm thinking, yeah, do that about 3, 4 times, or 5 times the most. You know what I'm saying? And help these arms. Strengthen these arms. Tighten those arms, And that's all. You start where you are. Do what you can. Do your best. And always challenge yourself the next day to do better today than you did yesterday. All right? I love you guys. I miss you and I care. But I gotta go. So, later, Gators. Until next time, share the episode and download the episode.